Today I'm gonna be attempting the impossible, and when I say the impossible, I mean something that's going to make my machine go boom. Yes, I'm gonna turn myself into an anime inspired character. This was how everything was supposed to go. It was supposed to start with the concept art, then to shooting, then environment design, hair stimulation if there's any, and then the almighty compositing. I'm gonna do it, okay? Oh my god! Wow! For the concept art, here's what I did. Abracadabra. Paper. Pencil. No. 2. Music for the soul. A charger to keep my phone juiced up so I won't go low battery. Unleashing the Bob Ross and Jazza in me, I just picked up the pencil without thinking and then I just started sketching anything. The idea for the concept art was very simple. A simple character standing in the midst of mountains with a couple of rocks raising in front of him, holding a knife with some hair stimulation, some blah 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 blah. I'll show you guys in the diagrams above. In case you don't understand, just stick to the end of the video. You'd finally understand when it makes sense. What? These were the set of images I was supposed to use at first, but I didn't find an easier way to do rotoscoping, so bye footage. Let's get to a green screen. Costume was so simple, we don't have any budget, so we just decided to find some old t-shirts that I had lying down in my laundry, tuck them into an underpants, and then I was done. I had my costume.
Hi.
Okay.
All I just had to do was hold a Shio bottle and something like a Tamarinda bottle. I think those in Ghana will know what it is. So I was done with that. Let's now get right into the shooting. But before we go into the shooting, I'd like to introduce you to my crew, my no budget crew. Meet Shawal, Isaac, Borisa, Faris, Fidels, Lydia, and Auntie Zuleyha. After 17 billion takes, I finally land on one, and here's what I landed on. Well, I don't even know why this idea even came into my head, because Africans never have long hair. Now let me explain hair stimulation to you in a very simple way.
Okay.
Take a sphere or a head model, just animate it to follow your head, add some hair, add some dynamics like wind and gravity, then make the head a collider and make the hair because the hair is already hair. So the hair does not enter into the head. That's very simple. Then you just render your footage out. That's basically what I did. When I finished, it's rendered for about 4 days. Have you ever heard of this quote saying, you don't always reap what you sow? Maybe wind took your seeds away. I think that's basically what just happened. My render finished, but it didn't work. And who even cares? Africans don't even have long hair, so I think bye hair stimulation. Let's get into the main stuff. This was basically where 90% of my time went to. Sculpting, modeling, texturing, lighting, blah 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 blah, the landscapes. This really took a whole lot out of me. That was because I wasn't really trying to get some kind of an imperfect landscape. I wanted to get the perfect landscape, right? Because that was my first time, so I wanted it to be too perfect. I finally realized that all this couldn't be done in Cinema 4D, or they could be done in Cinema 4D, but they are going to waste much more of my time. I could just do them in Element 3D. So I decided to just forgo all those landscapes I created, which were about 4 to 5, and then sat down, brainstormed, created a better landscape, went into After Effects, and then started with the compositing. For this part, I found a software called EB Synth, where I just had to paint all things I just need to enhance on my character on a single frame, and then run all through the software, and the software is going to do all that for you without changing any single bit, and it's even free. That's even the best part of it. Oh my god! Wow! So I just had to export my whole footage as a PNG sequence into a new folder, pick one frame at which all the details appear, and then I just decided to start painting over it with a snapshot of my background just to know what I'm dealing with, like really. So when I'm done, I just put my keyframes, put my masks, put my video, and then click on synth, and then leave everything to Epsynth and sleep. Here is what Absinthe had for me. This was the reference frame I gave, this was the keyframes, this was the video, and look at the product they gave me. Wow. Oh my god! Wow! Let me show you a deleted scene from Money Heist before we enter into compositing.
El Professor, it's now time for compositing. We now have our environmental character enhancements and everything we need.
We don't have everything, Tokyo. We still need some assets to make our scene look more cinematic.
Yes, Professor, I get the point. But those assets are very difficult to find. Where do we find them, Professor?
That is where Footage Crate comes in. This website has unlimited VFX assets, 3D models, sound effects, and graphics that you can use for your project. They are all ready to use 4K, HD, ProRes, X-Res, whatever format you feel like you want to download it, and they are compatible with each and every single software. I see something on Footage Crate, I want it, I download it, I just drag it into After Effects, turn off the black background, or change the blending mode to add or anyhow I want it to be, and simple, done. Time for what everybody cares about, their pricing. They have plans for Pro, Free, and an Enterprise, and their prices are very, very affordable. I reached out to them personally for a sponsorship, and they couldn't offer a sponsorship, but they gave me something far better than a sponsorship, which is a 1-month temporary pro access to Production Crate, which made my life so freaking awesome. Head on to the first link in the description to start downloading from Production Crate. This video wouldn't have been possible without Production Crate. Thank you, Production Crate, for the support. Back to compositing.
I think it's safe to say that compositing is just adding all the shit that you made from previous softwares, or every single thing that you made, adding them into one single video and adding a color grade and then getting the final result. So this process took about 17 billion years, and at the end I finally had to give it a color grade.
No! God, please, no! No!
Okay.
And then the final video.
Sounds.